Jordan here. It's still day 3 PAX. We're talking with Todd here. Wow. You had to deal with that all weekend, haven't you?
Yeah.
Here, Todd's Senior Brand Manager for Logitech. You guys got a new line of mouse pads, so we kind of wanted to take a look and see what you guys are offering for games nowadays.
Sure. So we announced 3 new products last week. Two new mouse pads, the G440 and G240, and a new wireless gaming mouse, the G602.
G602? What? Because I know you guys have been in the mouse game for a long time. I like to think that Logitech is probably what I grew up with, kind of going into games and getting the first opticals, and you've always had an iconic design with how they feel. I mean, I like to think it's you kind of have that nice tilt that always fit your thumb but never compacted it, and then at the same time you had what I kind of call a pill bug. I mean, you saw that, you knew it was a Logitech. What kind of made you guys keep that? I mean, it's been a very long development process for that. I mean, it seemed I can't even think how long. It's older than me. It seems almost.
So, the philosophy behind all of our products, and we've been making gaming products for almost 20 years, the philosophy behind everything we do is that the decisions have to be about in-game functionality, right? And there's a lot of differences in the way that people use the products for gaming compared to how we use products for mainstream computing. And one of the big factors is the length of time that you're in contact with the product, right? So with a gaming mouse, you're going to have your hand on that for 1, 2, 3, 4 more hours constantly. And so a really critical thing is not so much how it looks, but how it feels. And so all those products are super comfortable. The design is very, very much driven by making sure that you have a comfortable feel in long use. And this new product is no different. It looks very different. We have a new design language that we've added to the line. But the actual contours and the shapes are just building on the heritage that we already have.
Right. And did you find it difficult I mean, in terms of an engineering challenge, sometimes you have to look at it and go, should we change it? Is it something you always wanted to keep in mind to keep that same feel all the time?
Well, so we never want to change anything just for the sake of changing it. If something's working, let's keep that, right? But there's always something that we can push in each product. It may not just be the shape, but there may be other things.
Right.
And in this particular product, that has to do with battery life.
Battery life. So what kind of life were you expecting out of these ones? Because wireless has always been a hassle in terms of gaming, it seems sometimes. Nobody wants to have it die in the middle of a game.
Yeah.
So what have you done to kind of extend that out there?
Yeah. So when you do look at wireless gaming mice that are out there, you might get 8 or 12 or even 30 hours of battery life. And we thought we could probably do a lot more than that. So we've really put a lot of emphasis on the sensor in this mouse. The sensor is what draws most of the power for a gaming mouse. And while we maintain the performance of the sensor, so it has Delta Zero sensor technologies that are shared with the G100S and the G400S. We put a lot of time into the power management functions of the sensor. And so using 2 AA batteries, we're able to get 250 hours of battery life.
And is that aided by software in any degree, or is that just straight mouse performance?
That's straight mouse performance. It has to do with the firmware that's in the mouse, right? Is manipulating the sensor itself. That's in what we call the performance mode. So that's where you're getting the best performance out of the sensor. Great for gaming. If you're doing non-gaming functions, you can switch it into endurance mode, and it actually will extend the battery life even longer, up to 1,400 hours.
1,400. And is that again, is that a software, or is it do we have like a physical switch on there that's driving that kind of choice?
Performance mode, you'll see here is, just make sure it's got on, is in blue, and there's a physical switch to change it to endurance mode.
Nice. And it's something you can do on the fly too. It's not like you have to, mess with it, flip it over, it's set it and walk away.
Yeah, it's very easy to feel that switch without looking down, although we think most people will run in performance mode all the time.
Right. Well, I mean, that's still pretty impressive battery life.
It's very impressive, yes.
Now, is that the same? Is that running just like standard alkalines, or is that like where you get something better out of lithium?
So it's got standard alkalines, right? So it's going to come with the pair of Duracells. The sensor actually requires so little power that I can take one out and still run it on one battery.
Wow. I haven't seen that yet. That's. So I'm impressed to say the least.
that usually takes people's breath away. I've had somebody do a spit take when I told them that. I mean, it's pretty impressive. We really have pushed the envelope on the power.
And is going forward, is this a technology you're going to keep using? Is it something that you hope to make long term?
So I can't talk a little bit anything about we're coming down the line, but certainly we always build on the achievements that we've had in the past.
Right. I mean, you're sinking some money into research and development, so you don't want that to go to waste.
Absolutely.
But
and this sensor is exclusive to Logitech.
So it's basically no one else is going to have that kind of power unless they do it by themselves.
That's right.
Right. Speaking on trying to maximize gamers' comfort. What made you guys kind of go into the mouse pad line like this?
Well, it's a couple things. We listen a lot to what's going on online, and we had a lot of people asking us in Twitter or Facebook on our forums if we would come out with a mouse pad line. And so we wanted to respond to that. To be honest, the other thing is we see a lot of pictures in social media with our products sitting on competitors' mouse pads. So we'd like to offer those people the chance to use our mouse pad instead. Both of these mouse pads are designed specifically to increase the performance of the entire Logitech G line. So whether you use an optical sensor or a laser sensor, the surface that we have here will actually improve the sensor performance.
So, I mean, you've done extensive testing, I'm sure, to optimize that kind of level. Has it also influenced the design of the mice? Because sometimes you see people use a different, like plastic on the bottom of it to give it that slick feel that doesn't necessarily work with everything. Was it at least a factor in kind of designing a mouse like this?
So it's not so much a factor of designing the mouse, but vice versa. We design the mouse pads to match the mouse itself. Because there's going to be a large number of people who are going to be playing without a mouse pad, right? So we want to make sure the mice are very versatile, and then we bring the mouse pad design to the mouse. So you talked about extensive testing. We brought in a lot of competing mouse pads that were available on the market when we started this project. And you see a wide range of surfaces that are there. Some of them have very loud or designs on them. And as we went through the testing, we find that actually degrades the performance of mice. And so these mouse pads are specifically a very Spartan design, and that's by design.
Well, because I appreciate too that you have more than one, because it seems like sometimes companies make one or the other, or they don't always keep the variety there. I mean, you have your thin, a lot of times people have gotten away from the 5mm ones. These thin ones, I think, aid performance immensely, just because you get off that slick performance. It reduces having to lift.
Yep.
But I mean, given something like this, I mean, I remember mouse pads having this kind of feel in my youth. I mean, back when mouse pads came with computer magazines.
Right.
But did you guys want to make sure that you had, something that can fit everyone no matter what?
Well, the difference between the two really is about play style. So the 240 has a moderate surface friction to it from the cloth pattern, and the 440 has a very, very low surface friction. So they're really designed, the 240 is really designed for somebody who's playing a low sensitivity or low DPI gaming, where you're moving across the entire mouse pad with your arm, and it gives a little bit of a tooth or a little bit of resistance for when you're starting off a movement, and also to come to a stop. So you can even see, it helps bring the mouse to a stop. The G440 with a high sensitivity is going to be somebody who's playing more with some subtle movements, and you don't want any resistance to your hands, so that you're not overpowering the mouse and pushing it beyond where you want to. And you can see it's a bit more like an air hockey table. There's very little resistance to the mouse at all. So it's really about play style.
And obviously, you want everything to be perfect for a gamer, but you have to make considerations for other people. I mean, would say like an artist that's using some kind of Photoshop or something like that find comfort in these kind of pads as well?
So actually, we don't make consideration for other people. If you're not a gamer and you have it for other purpose, there's plenty of other Logitech products that are for you. But these products are specifically for gamers.
So these are the ones that they want no matter what?
Yes.
Good. I like to see utility, but hey, there's nothing wrong with focus either.
So for gaming, it's a whole nother game, and we've got a whole nother group of folks who are catering to non-gamers, but everything that we do is built from the ground up specifically for gaming.
Fantastic. Well, you threw me for a loop on that one, I'll be honest.
Didn't mean to.
It's nice to see the reverse every once in a while. But I want to thank you for taking a little bit of time with me today. I do appreciate it. Can people find these on the market now?
So these will start hitting stores in the next couple of weeks, so throughout September. They're available for pre-order at gaming.logitech.com.
Okay, all right, well, I want to thank you.
Thank you for stopping by.
All right. Until next time, folks.